Hey guys, this is Kasim from Game Previews, and today we're going to be talking about some of the new leaks we got from Phase 2 of Pokemon Go's beta. So it seems that iPhone users can finally start playing the Pokemon Go beta if they signed up and were chosen. Originally for the Phase 1 of the Pokemon Go beta, only the Android users were getting a chance to play it, and Niantic had made a statement previously saying that iOS users will have less of a chance to get into the beta due to technical reasons, but it seems like in Phase 2, people who have iOS are getting into the beta. Probably not as much as Android users again, but they are getting into it. So that's point number 1. So on to point number 2, it seems that Pokemon are not going to be spawning at Pokestops. So for those of you guys who don't know, Pokestops are actually limited in terms of where they are on the map. They are just places of interest. So for example, art galleries, museums, schools, etc, etc. So this is actually a good thing in terms of Pokemon, because if they're not going to be located at Pokestops, it means that they're actually going to be located randomly on the map, so you don't have to go somewhere specifically to catch the Pokemon. So this should not be confused with biomes. Biomes in Pokemon Go are actually going to affect the type of Pokemon that you do see, but at least now we know that Pokestops are not going to be places where we find Pokemon, so we can find them anywhere we want. So that still means that if you want to catch water Pokemon, you still need to go to places where there are waters like ponds, rivers, oceans and stuff, but you don't have to go to a possible place of interest like Niagara Falls just to catch water Pokemon. So on to the next point, it seems that to actually see Pokemon in Pokemon Go, you have to be pretty close to them in proximity. So that means if, let's say, a Pokemon was across the street from you, you might actually have to cross the street to see it on your map. So on Ingress, if you wanted to see portals, you can actually zoom out and see a pretty good proximity, but it seems in Pokemon Go it's actually going to be a lot more constrained, so you got to be really close to the Pokemon to actually see them. I personally like this function because it makes the exploring aspect of Pokemon Go a lot more fun. You never know what Pokemon you're going to see by walking another 10 meters or something, so I'm looking forward to this once I get my hands on Pokemon Go, and hopefully you guys do too. So just to give you an idea of the constraints of proximity in Pokemon Go, the most any beta tester has seen so far in terms of number of Pokemon on the screen at one time are 3. And if you saw any of the leaked screenshots of Pokemon Go, you probably noticed that Pokemon were actually super close to the trainer themselves. So yeah, you definitely need to be super close to the Pokemon to actually see them on your map. Another thing that we learned is that once you do see the Pokemon on your map, they don't move much. They might wiggle around a little bit as like an animation or something, but in terms of moving across the map and stuff to chase them, don't worry about that. They're going to pretty much stay where they are, and you just go up to them and try to catch them from there. And finally, the last thing that we learned is that the Pokemon Go beta is not actually testing out every single game mode that it has. So from previous videos, you guys probably know that there are going to be gyms, there's going to be eggs, there's going to be Pokestops. None of that stuff seems to be actually functional within the beta itself. So far, all we've seen is people walking around and seeing and catching Pokemon. So this could mean that the only thing that Niantic really does want to test is the AR mode, which is actually going to be a big component. So they might never show the gyms, we don't know yet, but so far that's all they're showing, and it could just mean that they're just testing out the AR because that's a big component of the game. So that was everything that we got from Leak 2 of the beta. So before I go, I just want to give a big thanks to everyone who has subscribed to my channel the last couple of days. Before I put out that data mine video, I was not even at 100, and now I'm close to 300. So I just want to give you guys a big thanks for that. And most of you guys are probably here for my Pokemon Go videos, which I'm still going to be doing as soon as they come out. That's the main priority on this channel. But I'm also going to be doing a lot of gaming news and other things, such as PlayStation and Nintendo, because I'm really into that as well. So hopefully you guys support me in those videos as well. But thank you guys again for coming to my channel and subscribing anyways. I will still be making a lot of Pokemon Go videos whenever they come out. That's my #1 priority, but hopefully you guys also look at my other videos once those go up. One that I have planned is talking about the PlayStation 4.5 or the PlayStation 4K, so hopefully you guys are into that stuff. And also in the comment section, let me know what systems you guys have and what kind of games you guys are interested in other than Pokemon Go, so I can get a better idea of what I should do. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Alright guys, thanks, bye.